Sorry, there's this scene in this book that I'm reading that literally makes me so pissed off. Like, mm, mm, mm. I'm not gonna. I'm fine. I'm fine. We're good. I'm not angry at all. Anyways, so there's this thing that happened today. I was having like an okay day, so that's probably why my anxiety wasn't that bad. And then I had a group therapy session again because I'm trying it for 3 weeks, and honestly, like, I actually really like them. Okay, like, might not be the greatest word to use. Okay, I can see the potential of group therapy, but I don't particularly like it at the moment. But again, I'm gonna try it 2 more weeks to make a final decision. But as of right now, the first day I was fucking terrified, and the second day I was fucking pissed off. So like, maybe like, I don't particularly like it right now, but like, I can see the potential in it, and like, I can see how it can help me, because it did help. It was just irritating because like, there are so many people in the group right now that like, it's just too overwhelming, and I'm kind of like, can you guys not? Like, I would really, but we did end up talking, and it was like really fun. Like, we talked about like, we just discussed like like, our school like stress, and like what like we could do to like prevent or like minimize like the school stress, and like what school would be like without that stress, or with that stress minimized. And like, a lot of them had a lot of things to say that were like super good and like helpful and like related to so well. Like, oh my god, like, just, it was pretty cool, like, to know just I'm not the only one who's like fucking like hates her school. Like, because I feel like sometimes I'm the only one who hates school, because like, everybody loves school. Like, they're always like, oh my god, like, I love socializing, like, I love learning, or I do it for this, I do it for that, like, I love it. And I'm over here like, I fucking despise it. Not just for the learning aspect, but just because of the people. And so many of them agreed with me, and I was just like, oh my god, yes, dude. So like, I can see the potential because it is helping me, but then at the same time, like, it also like brings major anxiety. And when I have major anxiety, I have 2 ways of dealing with anxiety. I either have a panic attack / meltdown and freak out and turn into like a little scared child, or I turn into like a strong, independent, angry person, which is not the best. Like, I hate confrontation, so I'm not like mean to people. I'm just very brisk with people, and like irritated. Like, you can just tell I'm irritated because like, I don't like people. So when I'm in an uncomfortable social situation where my social anxiety flares up, I either get like irritated, or I get scared, or both at the same time, which when they're both running on at the same time, like, it's terrifying, because like, I want to like curl up and die because I'm so scared, but then at the same time, like, there's a part of me that's like angry and pissed off because like, I'm this way, and I'm also pissed off that like, these people are affecting me this way, and blah 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 blah. Like, I fucking hate social anxiety. But yeah, but like, I honestly prefer the angry reaction to social anxiety more than the like scared one, because when the scared one, I feel like even weaker and worse about myself than I normally do. And with the angry one, I can at least say that like, I can talk and I can like speak up for myself, even if it's like slightly aggressively. Like, I'm not like full on out aggressive. Like, I'm just like very passive aggressive. I feel like I am very sarcastic when I'm like, I don't know, like, I'm a bitch. But like, I'm not like out to fight you. I'm just kind of like very defensive, like, you put me in a corner and I'm gonna be a defensive, sarcastic ass bitch kind of like angry reaction, but it's not really like that angry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an aggressive person, and I hate confrontation, so I'm not like angry enough to like pick fights with people. I'm just like angry enough to like stand up for myself and be a little bit like more of a sarcastic like bitch, you know? But like, I'm not like a confrontational person, so like, I don't really do like enough to like piss people off. I just do it enough where like, people don't like me, but not enough for them to piss me off. So, like, I guess it's a self-defense mechanism of pushing people away because I don't trust them, and, like, social anxiety. Super fun. Love it. I want to read what I wrote down. Because, like, she had us, like, write these, like, little pamphlets to, like, figure it out. And I literally felt like a kindergartner because, like, I cannot write for shit and draw for shit. So, like, I tried. And it looks like a kindergartner drew this. So, you know. Best of luck to me, you know, like. So, I basically talked about how my, like, because she wanted us to talk about, like, what stressors were at school and, like, what was bothering us and the most, and I said, like, a huge one for me, like, two of the biggest ones are, well, three, actually, but I'm already solving the third one, so, like, the two of them that are, like, the biggest ones that, like, right now, like, I don't really have a great solution to, are social anxiety, which to me, a solution to social anxiety would be to literally ignore everyone, which is what I do. I either tune people out because I'm an expert at that, or I plug in my earphones. Unfortunately, I recently lost my earphones, so, like, you know, that's kind of frustrating. But, or I would literally love to be, like, in an isolated classroom with, like, literally maybe 10 kids in my class, like, maybe at most, like, that's it. Like, I can't do more than 10. If we stretch it, maybe 12. But, like, more than that, fuck no. Like, I really just would not like to be in a room with, like, 29 other kids. Like, that to me is not fun. It's also not fun to fight through the hallways to each and every class. It's also not fun to be scared to go to the bathroom if you're trying to have a meltdown, or if you even just have to take a fucking piss. And there's a line of, like, snarky ass, like, bitches just, like, doing their makeup in the mirror. Like, it's just fucking annoying, man. And then there's also the fact that, like, I can't go eat lunch unless I want to, like, get in a fucking long ass line, and I fucking hate lines. And it's not just one line, there's 4 lines, side by side, and they're all crowded around you, and it sucks, because you have to sit there because you're hungry, and you're waiting for your food, and there's, like, at least 60 people around you. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, there are 60 people fucking around you, and it's not even a joke, and it's, like, overwhelming to the point where, like, it's just, like, I hate it. Like, I freaking hate it. Like, I really wish that I did not have to deal with this shit, because it's exhausting. Like, by the time I get home, like, I just want to sleep, but I know I can't sleep, because if I take a nap, I'm not going to have a good sleep schedule, and I want a good sleep schedule, because if I don't, I'm going to even be more of a bitch, so, like, I can't deal with that. And I also have a big focusing problem in class, so I have to, like, push myself to stay awake when I get home and do things to make myself stay awake, even though I'm exhausted from 6 hours of social torture because I fucking hate people. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I fucking hate people. Like, I've tried being friends with them. Like, nothing works. Like, I'm not a naturally social person. Like, I can't just naturally be like, hey guys, like, welcome to my life. Like, no. Fuck no. Not at all. Never once in my fucking life have I ever been that way. And I never will be. And I just am horrible with socializing. And, like, it's just gotten worse, like, because I'm telling the, like, honest to God truth now, and I'm, like, trying to be real, and, like, in a world of high school where everybody's lying and everybody's fake, it's, like, fucking impossible to be yourself and not be judged and not to be humiliated and, like, not to feel like an outcast. Which is another reason why I hate that school, or, like, just hate people in general, because, like, anywhere I've gone, like, I've always felt excluded. Like, I've never been really good at making friends. And then even when I do make friends, sometimes, like, they betray me, or sometimes, like, they're just not great friends. Or, like, sometimes I'm never honest with that friend. Because, like, I remember when I was a pathological liar, I was never honest with anybody. But, like, especially with my close friends, I think I lied the most to the people that I was close to because I didn't trust them. Because I have a really bad habit of, the closer somebody gets to me, the more I push them away. So, like, that's why a lot of people that are, like, close to me, especially friends, like, once they hit a certain point of, like, closeness to me, like, personally, like, I just, like, push them away as hard as I can. Like, I get, like, freaked out. Like, I can't trust them, and I freak out. Um, and, like, before that used to be lying to keep them away, but now that I'm telling, like, the truth and, like, trying not to lie at all, like, it's impossible to be close to anyone and not have them find anything out about you. Especially if, like, they're a best friend or something, but then, like, you always have this, like, impulse to push away. But I'm trying to stop that, but it's really hard. And I fucking hate people, basically. So, my solution to social anxiety was separation, and she said there's not really a way to do that. And I was like, yeah, I know. And she's like, okay, we'll move on. And I was like, okay. That's, like, my biggest problem at school, though. That's, like, if there was, like, 100 people instead of, like, 5,000 people at my school, like, I would probably be able to, like, be at that school. Like, I would probably be okay with that school. Like, I would probably be, like, happy at that school. And, like, or at least, like, somewhat, like, happier and less stressed than I am now. But because there's so many kids there, like, it's so overwhelming that, like, it stresses me out the minute I step onto campus. Even, like, before I step onto campus, because, like, when I'm walking to school, there are other kids who are going to that school, and they're around me, and I'm kind of like, great, like, I have people around me. Like, I don't like being around people. Like, that's just the honest to God truth. Like, I really hate it. And I can handle it for short periods of time, but, like, especially if there's, like, enough space between us, like, grocery shopping or just, like, normal shopping, like, I can kind of low-key handle if it's less than 2 hours, which shopping typically is, like, 30 minutes to an hour for me, because, like, I don't really shop that much. So, I can handle shopping. I don't particularly like it, but I can handle it. I cannot, like, school is just horrible for me because it feels like there are 10 times as many people as there are in any kind of, like, normal, average, adult public setting, I guess you could say, then there is at a school, and then, like, you're also around those people, like, way more than you would be in, like, a store, because even if there were, like, 500 people, which I think we have, like, thousands of people, actually, at our school, like, if there were thousands of people around you, like, in a public setting, typically you wouldn't be as, like, close together with them as much as you would be as you are at school, which is why I think it's so overwhelming for me, because, like, constantly there's people around me, constantly, thousands people pass me every day. Like, I can't, like, it's, like, I don't know how to describe how, like, hard it is. Like, it's just, like, incredibly hard for me to, like, just be in school with that many people. Like, it's just, it's hard. Like, I wish there was a solution, but there's not. Even the fucking therapist told me that. So, like, you know. I mean, I think I'm going to talk about it with, like, my actual therapist, like, my personal therapist, and be like, hey, sweetie, like, is there a solution to this? Because if there is, like, please fucking tell me. And if there's not, like, let me suffer through 3 more years. Like, fuck, dude. Fuck. Well, actually, it's 2 more years, but, like, god damn it. Fucking hate high school, dude. Like, anyways. And then another big problem for me in school is, like, disorganization. I am an extremely messy person. I think we've learned that by now. Like, I think that's, well, recently I've started getting more organized because I need some kind of order in my life because my mind is so chaotic. But before, like, I used to thrive in chaotic situations. I still kind of do. I thrive in chaotic and busy, like, situations and, like, environments. But, like, I also, like, don't like a lot of people. So, like, I mean, it's weird. I don't know how else to explain it, but, like, I thrive in chaos. But I also, like, am trying to stop that because, like, I need order in my life because sometimes, like, even though I'm comfortable in chaos, like, sometimes, like, my mind is too chaotic for me to function with my outside world being chaotic as well, so I have to have some kind of order. This is why I started a bullet journal. This is why my room is almost constantly organized now. Like, I just need some kind of control or order in my life because, like, my mind is too chaotic to, like, have chaos in my outside life too. You know what I mean? So the disorganization part is a struggle, but like I'm also like starting to fix it. So like we're good with that. Well, I mean, kind of good, you know. I've been having a few missing assignments because like either forget or like I lose something and then can't find it and then I have to redo it and I'm gonna like fuck that shit. I'm not redoing it and then it's missing, you know. So could work on that. But like school, especially like learning, especially with the classes that I'm in right now, like where I'm like having the most fun in, because like these classes are really great. Like I think this is like my best semester so far of school, of classes that I actually enjoy. But like because I enjoy these classes, like, and I'm more creative in these classes, like I like have more like chaos and disorganization with it because like that's where I think the best. And like it's disrupting like my study and homework, but also like my assignments, because like if I lose it, like fuck, like you're fucked, you know. And because it's so disorganized, it's kind of hard for me to remember. Like in the moment it's perfect because that's where I thrive, but like when I'm trying to remember something and I'm like looking through the chaos, like it's too chaotic for me to remember anything. So like, you know, so I really need to work on organizing my schoolwork instead of just like my room and my journal, you know. Anyways, then another thing that I have a big problem with is like I have like really bad motivation and like I'm gonna like talk about all three of these because they're all kind of related. So like I have really bad like motivation, like I don't have any motivation, like I'm kind of really lazy, and then I also like it's really hard for me to like do homework and study. Like classwork, I'm golden. Schoolwork, I mean homework and studying, a little bit of a struggle. Also, the light is like turning off or like going down, so like I'm gonna turn on the light. Hold on. Anyways, so like I've been having like a lot of like lack of motivation and like procrastination, which I've told you before. Like procrastination is good for me because like it helps my creativity, but it's also bad because when I procrastinate, I tend to forget a lot of things. So like, you know, not the greatest. And also don't do things a lot when I procrastinate, even though like sometimes like there's a like I feel like there's a certain level of procrastination where I'm like literally a golden child and I'm like I do my best work in, but then the majority, like I would say like a solid 70% of my procrastination is not good, and then the rest of my procrastination is like the golden part where like I'm perfect and I'm like really good and creative and like work hard and like do my best like work, I feel like. But like 70% of it I'm lazy and don't do shit. But I think excuse me. Okay, anyways. I think a big part of my like lack of motivation and like lack of like passion in anything right now is like depression and anxiety, like just sky high right now. Because before, like I think I don't know, like I think because I'm focusing on it more and because I'm trying to like go through my past and like work things through with therapy, like it's like more intense. So that's kind of like another reason why. And like I've just like it's just really hard, but I mean I'm working through it, so like, you know. And then ow I have pretty like chaotic like sleep like schedule. Like I'm working on it, but like also at the same time like pretty bad. Like especially when I'm really anxious or stressed, like I cannot sleep. Like my mind will not shut the fuck up and like I can't sleep. Like no matter how tired like my body physically is, like my mind is too like awake for me to be able to sleep. And I know like maybe me reading or like doing things on my bed while I'm trying to fall asleep is not the best idea, but like it's either that or like have a panic attack or have a meltdown and freak the fuck out or dissociate while my mind is like freaking the fuck out. So like I either distract myself and stay up later, or I have one of like the three worst things that like typically happen to me on a daily basis. So, you know, I'd prefer not to do that, you know? So sticking with doing shit in my bed and staying up instead of freaking the fuck out. Totally, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know if there's gonna be like a really true like solution to um social anxiety or my insomnia, but I'm trying, okay? Like I'm trying. So yeah. Yeah. Also, I was really careful, or I tried to be really careful not to talk about what other people talked about in the group therapy session because it's group therapy and it's confidential. Like, like, why the fuck would I talk about what they talked about? Like, that's fucked up. So, I think I did a pretty good job on that. And, like, I just talked about what I thought and, like, what the subject was of what we talked about, but, like, not what people personally talked about. I only talked about what I personally talked about and what helped me in that therapy session. Like, I don't know. But, like, I think you should try group therapy. Like, even if, like, you're an antisocial piece of shit like me, like, it is helpful. It's just, like, really gonna be hard the first, like, couple of weeks. I can fucking tell. Like, already. I mean, I could tell, like, the first, like, 2 seconds of me stepping into the fucking room. But, like, you know what? Anxiety's fun, you know? But, yeah, I think this group therapy thing is gonna be super helpful. But like I just have to push through like my discomfort. That's the word I'm looking for. I was about to call it uncomfort, incomfort. Like, nah, sweetie. Like, did you forget how to talk in English? It's discomfort. Like I just have to push through it and like keep trying, and like once I get past this like a little bump in the road, like I think like it'll be good for me and like it'll actually be helpful. And I have 8 weeks, so like we're good, you know. Well, 7 weeks now because like the first week is up, but like I'm just like hopeful it'll help. I also have another group therapy session that I'm gonna start in a few weeks too. It's like this anxiety group at my school because there's this like wellness group that they started, which I'm like super excited for. Like I think that's really great. But there also are some problems because like it's so new. I personally think that they should have like figured everything out before they started broadcasting that they have a wellness group and that they have group therapy, because like it's clearly not ready, if you know what I mean. Like it's not like, I don't think there's like enough like staff like involved in it. Like personally, like I don't think there's like enough people like that would be there to like help out. I mean, sure, there's not going to be that many people, but like still, like I think they need more like staff for specifically for the wellness center, and not just like staff that are like, oh yeah, I'll pitch in occasionally. Like no, like they need like specific people dedicated to it, and more than just 2. Like they like because they only have like 2 people actually dedicated to it. Like they don't have like a whole like team. You know what I mean? And like it's pretty obvious that these 2 girls are like new like to like teaching, or they just like graduated from college or something, or they're just like they've never been in this kind of like teaching environment or something, or I don't know. But like it's clear that they're new, and like that's fine. Like you can be new and still be like a great teacher or a great therapist, like whatever. But like plan everything out and have like a steady like sturdy like system for a lot of like chaotic children like me, because if you have an unstable system and you bring in just like maybe 1 or 2, like 3 even, like chaotic kids that are unstable as well, like your entire system is gonna fall the fuck down, okay? Like, and that's what I think is gonna happen, because like they're not ready, you know what I mean? Like they literally just started this last year, so like they're not like, I don't think they're really prepared for the onslaught of what's gonna happen. They're kind of new. Like I didn't even talk about any of my problems to them aside from like what I've been diagnosed with, which is clinical anxiety and depression, as well as PTSD, which is given. And I just told them that, and like they both kind of looked at me in pity, and that to me is the number 1 sign of A, you're dealing with a newbie, and B, you're dealing with someone who doesn't understand and is just sympathetic, but they don't actually understand, and they they might know how to help you by the books, but they don't know how to help you by like actual experience, either personally for them dealing with problems similar to that, or like dealing with kids in the past because they like been around for a long time. So I feel like their system is gonna fall because they're not prepared for the shit that we go through, because like they're new and there's only 2 of them. I think they need at least 1 or 2 more people to like have a full working system going on, and like to have enough support to be able to support us, you know what I mean? Because like their system, there's a lot of holes in it, like I'm just saying, and I think that they need to fix that before they like start offering us help. But again, I'm not them. I'm not involved. Like all I've heard is what they've told me about it. But you know, like I'm still gonna try it and see how it works, and if it does like follow through and it does end up being like a really good support system for me and other kids, then I'll continue doing it. But I really don't think that they're ready for this, my school personally. Like I think they need more people invested in it, and I think that they need like a stronger, like sturdy, like platform for us to like go to like get support from them, because like they don't have enough experience, and they don't seem like that they can really like help us. Well, I mean, they're gonna help us, but like I don't know how to explain it, but like that's just my view on it. Again, this is just my first day talking to them. Like I haven't even gone to one of their meetings or their group therapy sessions, which aren't even starting until a few weeks from now. But like still, I can see a lot of holes, and I think that this is not going to work out. But I mean, I have hope that it will, and I kind of hope it does. And even if it does fail, like I really hope that they keep at it and they keep trying, and they just add more people to it, and they like have, maybe they should even have like past kids who like are more experienced and like have worked through their anxiety and their depression, and like have them speak, or like have them like be like helpers like in the group therapy sessions, instead of just like new therapists or new teachers or new people. Like I think they need like actual experienced people, or people who like have experienced it personally, or have experienced it from like their job previously because they've had the job for a while, not like fresh from college newbies. Like I don't have anything against newbies. I'm just saying that like they need more, you know? Like there's a lot of like empty blank spaces and like gray areas of like, is this gonna work out? Like I don't really know. But yeah, and they also like, I'm pretty good at like reading other people and like knowing how to react to them properly if it's in a small group. If it's in a bigger group than like 2 people, even 3 people, like nah, I'm like, I freak the fuck out, because like if I have too many people, like I can read people, but like if there's too many people for me to read, like I can't do it. So like I just, you know, like I'm good at reading people, but I'm not good at reading like a room full of people, and I'm not good at reading like a group of people, like, you know what I mean? And I can't like, I'm not a group person. Like I'm just not good with like dealing with groups of people. Or like cooperating with groups of people, I should say. Sorry. But I was able to read them pretty well, and like they both seemed kind of like nervous and like anxious for me to like join, and they seemed like really excited, and I was just kind of like, I got the very like newbie vibe from them, which is fine. Like you can be new and like still be like really good and helpful, but like I still think that they have like just too high of expectations for this little thing that they have going on, which I think is like, and I don't think that they're prepared for the onslaught that we're gonna give them, because I think a lot of people like underestimate just like how like drastic like trauma is for kids, especially teenagers, and like how like severe like our depression and anxiety can get. So like yeah, which I think that they are underestimating it, because like I literally just mentioned PTSD and they both looked at me with pity And I was just kind of like, that to me is like a for sure sign of someone who's inexperienced that doesn't really understand like how to like help, like really, you know what I mean? um like without a doubt, like anytime I've ever gotten anyone's pity or like anyone's anger, like they either didn't understand me or they were scared of what I had to tell them. So like I just don't think that they fully understand what they're getting into. What they're starting is amazing. Like I fully support what they're starting, but I don't think that they understand like the true importance of it and just like how big of a deal it is and how much that they need more than just 2 new people. Like I think they need like way more than that. And like just way more experience, you know? Cuz like how can you support people if you don't even have a strong system? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that thing, what was it saying, like the airplane thing, they always say like put your own like breathing mask on before your like child or your partner or whatever, like if you're ever like in a plane crash or whatever. Like it's kind of that same thing, like take care of your own self or take care of your own system before you take care of others. And I think that they're kind of missing that because like they're inexperienced and they don't have like a fully like sturdy system for us to like lay our issues on, I don't think yet. But so I don't think it's gonna last, but I really hope that they push through and they learn from their, I think, inevitable failure. But that doesn't mean that I don't support them and I don't like think that this is gonna be great. Like I just think that they're not, I'm not saying that they're half-assing it, I just think that they don't understand and they're kind of naive in their expectations of what they think the group is gonna be with just them two. You know what I mean? But I really hope it works out, and I hope they keep pushing, and like by next year or even the year after that when I graduate, like after I graduate, like they have a really good support system for kids, because like they need this. Like every single school needs something like this, like without a doubt. But are they gonna like do it right? You know what I mean? Because like if you can't do it right, then don't do it at all. You know what I mean? So, but then at the same time, like if you're trying to do the right thing but then you fail, just keep going and you'll eventually end up getting where you need to be and doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Anyways, time's almost up, so like I gotta go. But like, you know what? Goodbye.